On June 7, 2025, the Olympiastadion in Helsinki was alive with excitement and anticipation. The city itself seemed to pulse with energy as fans from all over Finland and the Netherlands poured into the stadium, their faces painted, their voices already raised in song. This was no ordinary night. It was a pivotal World Cup qualifier, Finland versus the Netherlands. The stakes could not have been higher, with both nations dreaming of glory on the world's biggest stage. On the pitch, players from both sides went through their warm-ups, every movement charged with purpose. The tension was almost tangible, as each team knew that a win tonight could change the course of their campaign. The stands were a sea of color, flags waving high, and the sound of thousands of fans singing national anthems and chants filled the air. The atmosphere was electric, a true festival of football. Finland, under the guidance of their new coach Jacob Friis, had made a promising start to their qualifying journey, securing 4 points from their opening 2 matches. The team looked confident, inspired by their recent performances. The Hrádecký faithful draped in blue and white dared to believe. For them, this was more than just a match. It was a chance to witness history in the making, to see their team topple a European giant. The Netherlands, renowned for their footballing pedigree, were beginning their campaign after a disappointing Nations League exit. The pressure was on to prove themselves once again. For the Dutch, anything less than a victory would be seen as a setback. Their fans, clad in orange, watched with anxious hope, knowing the weight of expectation their team carried. For Finland, the dream was clear, a first-ever appearance at the Men's World Cup. The possibility of making history fueled every cheer and every heartbeat in the stadium. The Dutch players, huddled together, looked determined to reassert their dominance and remind the world of their footballing prowess. The pitch was immaculate, the floodlights casting a brilliant glow over the field. Every blade of grass seemed to shimmer with anticipation, as if the stadium itself was holding its breath. Both teams were acutely aware of the stakes. Group G was wide open, and every point mattered in the race for qualification. As the players lined up for the national anthems, the sense of occasion was unmistakable. Every handshake, every glance spoke of the passion and skill about to be unleashed. The crowd's energy was infectious, with every flare, every flag, and every emotional reaction adding to the spectacle. Hope and nerves mingled in the night air. This was more than a football match. It was a moment that could define a generation. For players and fans alike, it was a chance to etch their names into history. Under the bright Helsinki lights with the world watching, the stage was set for a clash that would be remembered for years to come. The match kicked off under a wave of anticipation, with both sets of fans filling the stadium with noise and color. The tension was palpable, every supporter aware of what was at stake in this crucial encounter. From the very first whistle, the Netherlands immediately took control, dictating the tempo and looking to stamp their authority on the game. Frenkie de Jong orchestrated the midfield with his trademark composure, probing for openings and linking up play with short, sharp passes. His vision and movement set the rhythm, as he looked to unlock the Finnish defense. The Dutch defenders, led by the ever-reliable Virgil van Dijk, calmly built from the back, recycling possession and drawing Finland out of their shape. Their patience in possession was a testament to their confidence. Finland, however, were organized and quick to counter. Their defensive line stayed compact, and they looked to spring forward at every opportunity, refusing to be overawed by the Dutch pressure. Timo Pukki's clever runs troubled the Dutch defense early, as he constantly looked to exploit any gaps left behind by the advancing fullbacks. His movement kept the Dutch backline on their toes. Pukki forced Mark Flekken into action with a couple of sharp shots, testing the Dutch goalkeeper's reflexes and reminding everyone that Finland were a threat on the break. The Finnish fans roared, sensing their team's intent and feeding off every positive moment. Their energy seemed to lift the players, creating a charged atmosphere inside the stadium. The Netherlands pressed forward relentlessly, with Memphis Depay curling a shot just wide in the 10th minute. The chance was a clear signal of the Dutch attacking intent and their ability to create danger from nothing. It was a warning for Finland. Depay looked dangerous, his movement and skill a constant threat to the Finnish defense. The missed opportunity only seemed to sharpen his focus. Both teams searched for rhythm, but the Dutch dominated possession, moving the ball with confidence and intent. Their midfield trio controlled the tempo, forcing Finland to chase shadows at times. Finland's discipline under Friis was clear. They closed down space relentlessly, pressing the Dutch midfielders and refusing to allow them time on the ball. Their tactical organization was impressive. Every Finnish tackle and break was met with thunderous support from the stands. The crowd erupted with every interception, every surge forward, willing their team to keep pushing. The tactical battle was intense, with neither side giving an inch. Every duel in midfield was fiercely contested, as both teams fought for control and momentum. The Dutch probed, but Finland's defense held firm, blocking shots and intercepting passes. The Finnish backline showed great resilience, refusing to be broken down easily. The opening stages set the tone. This would be a fierce contest, with both teams determined to impose their style and seize the initiative. The crowd's energy never dipped, fueling both teams and adding to the spectacle. Every chant and cheer echoed around the stadium, making for an electric atmosphere. With every passing minute, the sense of anticipation grew. The first goal felt imminent, and everyone in the stadium could feel the tension rising as both teams edged closer to a breakthrough. The Dutch pressure mounted, with wave after wave of orange shirts surging forward, determined to break through the Finnish lines. As the first half wore on, the tempo increased, and every challenge in midfield became more intense. Frenkie de Jong dictated play, orchestrating every Dutch attack and searching for a breakthrough with his trademark composure. In the 27th minute, de Jong found his moment, spotting a gap in the Finnish defense that few others could see. He split the Finnish defense with a perfect pass to Cody Gakpo, threading the ball with pinpoint accuracy. Gakpo controlled, steadied himself, and fired a rocket into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance. The Dutch fans erupted. It was a goal of real class. A moment that sent a surge of energy through the stadium. Finland's brave defending was undone by a moment of brilliance, their back line left shaking their heads in disbelief. The home crowd fell silent, the air thick with tension, knowing their team now faced a tough climb against a confident Dutch side. The Netherlands, now ahead, looked to tighten their grip, passing with renewed confidence and dictating the pace. Finland regrouped, determined not to concede again, rallying together and urging each other to stay focused. The Dutch kept possession, probing for a second, moving the ball with patience and intent as they searched for another opening. Gakpo's strike showcased the visitors' quality, his teammates swarming him in celebration, fully aware of the importance of his goal. Finland's resolve would be tested, as they dug deep to withstand the relentless Dutch attacks and keep their hopes alive. The atmosphere shifted, nerves and hope mingled in the stands, every fan sensing the significance of the next few minutes. The Dutch sensed control, but Finland refused to fold, throwing bodies on the line and fighting for every ball. The first half neared its end with the Netherlands in front, their lead hard-earned and well-deserved. As the whistle approached, both teams knew the next goal would be crucial, setting the stage for a dramatic second half. Finland responded with spirit after conceding. The home fans rallied, urging their team forward. Set pieces became Finland's best hope. Glenn Kamara's powerful header from a corner flew just over, so close to an equalizer. Pukki kept pressing, unsettling the Dutch defense. The Netherlands stayed composed, but couldn't relax. Finland's determination was clear. They were still in the fight. The half ended with the Dutch leading 1-0. Finland had shown enough to keep hope alive. Kamara's near miss was a warning for the Dutch. The teams left the pitch knowing the second half would be decisive. The crowd's belief in a comeback was unshaken. The match was finally poised. Everything was still to play for. In the dressing rooms, both coaches delivered vital messages. Friis urged Finland to believe and be more clinical. He called for more support for Pukki and sharper finishing. The Dutch coach warned against complacency, demanding focus and a second goal. Both teams knew the next goal could decide everything. Finland's players drew strength from their fans and first-half chances. The Dutch, missing key players, relied on their depth and experience. The second half promised renewed intensity. Finland needed to take risks. The Netherlands aimed to control. The stage was set for a dramatic finish. The players returned, ready for battle. The crowd's anticipation was palpable. The next 45 minutes would define their campaigns. Finland burst into the second half with energy and purpose. They pressed high, forcing Dutch mistakes. The crowd's roar pushed them forward. In the 55th minute, Finland struck. A slick midfield interception led to a perfect through ball. Pukki timed his run, raced clear, and finished coolly past Flekken. The stadium erupted. Finland were level. Pukki's composure and class gave his team hope. The equalizer transformed the match and the crowd. Finland played with new confidence. The Dutch looked rattled. The game opened up, both sides searching for the next goal. The Dutch manager considered changes as momentum shifted. Finland's belief soared. The Netherlands regrouped, knowing they had to respond. The next phase would be decisive. The atmosphere was electric. The contest was wide open again. The Dutch reacted swiftly to Finland's equalizer. They pushed forward, increasing the tempo. Depay and Gakpo combined dangerously. In the 70th minute, their quality showed. A slick 1-2 at the edge of the box freed Depay. He slotted calmly past Hrádecký, Netherlands back in front. Relief for the Dutch, heartbreak for Finland. The visitors' attacking class was undeniable. Finland, undeterred, pressed for another equalizer. Friis urged his team on. The fans responded with deafening support. 20 minutes remained, plenty of time for drama. The Dutch aimed to manage the game, but Finland refused to give in. The tension was palpable. Both teams sensed the stakes. The match was on a knife edge. The final act was set. Finland threw everything forward in the final minutes. The crowd's belief never wavered. Corners and free kicks piled pressure on the Dutch. In the 83rd minute, Kamara rose highest from a corner and powered a header home. 2-2. The stadium exploded in celebration. The final minutes were frantic, both teams desperate for a winner. Depay nearly won it for the Dutch, but Hrádecký made a stunning save. Moments later, Pukki struck the post, so close to glory for Finland. The tension was unbearable as stoppage time ticked away. Both sides had chances, but neither could find the decisive goal. The referee's whistle ended a breathless contest. Players collapsed, exhausted. The fans applauded both teams' efforts. It was a match full of heart, drama, and unforgettable moments. Finland had matched the Dutch blow for blow. The draw felt like a victory for the hosts. Group G was wide open. The 2-2 draw in Helsinki was an instant classic. Finland celebrated, a point earned with grit and spirit. The Netherlands' rude missed chances but showed their quality. Finland now have 5 points from 3 games, unbeaten and confident. The Dutch start with a point, knowing Group G will be fiercely competitive. Pukki and Kamara were Finnish heroes. Hrádecký's saves were vital. Gakpo and Depay shone for the Netherlands, with De Jong pulling the strings. Both teams look ahead to tough fixtures. Finland face Poland, the Dutch play Malta. Every point will matter in this tight group. The match proved Finland can challenge Europe's best. The Dutch remain favorites, but nothing is guaranteed. The fans left with memories of a thrilling night. The road to the World Cup is wide open. Group G promises more drama. The journey continues for both nations.